Hello and welcome to our second video in this three-part series of our how to hear from God, or what it means to hear from God, and what it looks like to have that time of conversation with God. And today we're outside and we're going to be thinking about what it means to spend time with God outside, in our activities, in our everyday walks of life, really. And I'm just going to start with this really challenging, interesting question from this book, which is by Pete Greig. Oh no, it's backwards. It's called Dirty Glory, which is a really wonderful book. And it says this: there are times in all of our ordinary lives where Jesus honestly isn't the most exciting, enthralling reality, firing our hearts with desire. He can easily be filed away neatly in the boring but important category of life. So how on earth are we, as normal people in the busy world, to prioritise Jesus? And I think that's a really great and important and interesting question. And for me, one of those things is to recognise God in the everyday. At the end of the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus says to his disciples, I'm going to be with you into the very end of this age. And then after he ascends, he then sends his Spirit, which comes and lives inside of his church. And that's for us as well. That's not just them, that's for us. And that promise is to us, and that Spirit is for us. And so as we're going about our lives, whether we're walking around the park, whether we're going for a run, going to the shops, walking around the block, whatever it might be, we can be like, oh yeah, God, you're with me. Like literally right now, you're walking alongside me, you're going with me. And yes, he is. So feel free to chat with him. You don't have to do it out loud because you might look a little bit crazy, but you can if you want to. But you can chat in your head and speak to him just as a friend. There's another story in that book that I just read where the author's talking about walking along like a normal street road, and like really hears God say stop. And he says, look at that tree. And Pete's like, well, why? What am I doing? What am I looking at that tree for? And God's like, I just really like it. And it's such a small but really funny story of God just being like really normal, because yes, he's like the creator and he's holy and he's other and he's out there, and that's all true, but also he is very much relational and with us. So kind of hold on to that as you walk through your everyday normal activities. So use your runs, use your walks in your park, your times going to the shops, to remember God's presence with you, to chat with him, to become more and more familiar with God in your life, and with that truth that he speaks to us as well. And the more that we expect it, the more that we think, oh yeah, you're with me, okay, I remember that, I know that. The more that we expect it, the more that we know it, I believe the more that we will hear from him, hear from his voice. And yes, as I said last week, it takes time. Yes, you might need to wait, it might not happen instantly, but walk with him as you go around your lives, and be expectant that he is there and that he longs to speak to you. So try that this week, and I look forward to hearing if there's anything that you have to say from this. All right then, bye.